The call went out. Funny moms throughout America were invited to audition for a chance at fame, fortune, and their very own TV show on Nick Nite. Hundreds of entries poured in.
You can't be no thug and have ass.
10 moms were chosen to live together and compete in comedy challenges.
My boyfriends are just like my hair color, temporary.
Tonight we're down to our final 5 moms as they take the stage before the largest audience of their lives, and we find out who is the funniest mom in America. Ladies and gentlemen of New York City and beyond, please welcome your host, a singer, an actress, and one of America's all-time favorite TV moms, Katie Seagal.
Welcome to Nick Nite's Search for the Funniest Mom in America 2. After months of searching, tonight's 5 finalists represent the cream of the crop, and they are more than ready to bring the funny. It's winner take all, because only one can earn the right to be called the funniest mom in America. Each mom will get her time to shine in front of a very impressive panel of comedy insiders, our judges. First, here's a man you'll remember as one of the young stars of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Lately, he's been behind the camera directing shows like Cuts, All of Us, One-on-One, and Eve. Please welcome actor, director, Alfonso Ribeiro.
I am ready to judge.
You ready?
I am pumped, and I'm going to put Randy Jackson to shame.
Next, a very successful stand-up comic and producer who's written for The Larry Sanders Show, Saturday Night Live, Seinfeld, as well as several Academy Award ceremonies. Say hello to the lovely, very, very hilarious Carol Leifer. Finally, every now and then, a comic comes along who's kinder, gentler than the rest. Someone who understands that you can be funny without being sarcastic. This is not that guy. Give it up for a razor-sharp stand-up comic, an actor from Sex and the City, and the soon-to-be-released Surf's Up. His one-man show on Broadway became a successful Showtime special. Here he is, Mario Cantone. Come on, Mario. Tonight's first mom is a woman who can make them laugh even when things get hairy.
Since I was little, I would just be an idiot when it came to trying to make my friends laugh. It was either be a comedian or be a solid gold dancer. Zach thinks I'm funny, but I think I could be one of the hippest moms that show up at his school and he's like, oh my gosh. My mom retired and moved in with me about a year ago. She's just a blessing to have around. I have to have my hairdressing job. I love it, but that's definitely not my dream job. I get so much joy out of doing stand-up comedy because I know what it's like to need a laugh. Life is what you make it, what you choose it to be. Let's make it fun.
You're supposed to go there?
Let's give it up for a mom from the City of Angels, where LA is short for Lisa Alvarado.
Hola, ¿cómo están? Bien, yo también. I'm so glad to be here, you guys. So I am Latina, My last name is Alvarado, which is Spanish for single parent. I'm actually first generation born here in the United States to Peruvian parents. Peruanos, gracias. And just in case you didn't know, I am first generation born here, but the crazy thing is when I tell Americans my nationality, how many of them don't even know where Peruvia is? And I'm not even the typical Latina. I'm not, because I got pregnant in my late teens. Yeah. There was so much pressure in my house, you guys. My mom's always like, hurry up, your little brother's already a grandfather. So I used to brag to my son and try and fool him that we were, you know, a lot richer than that. I would take him to like parks in Beverly Hills. I did not fit in with these moms whatsoever. I mean, they're walking around with their diamond watches and their designer sunglasses and their husbands. Here's something embarrassing that I will admit to you. I can't finish my son's homework. Yeah, he's in 4th grade. 4th grade. He brings home this math assignment that reads, how many centimeters in a yard? That's hard, isn't it? I was up until midnight the other night like a crazy person, you know, outside with a flashlight in the front yard. I could not figure this out, and I don't know if you've seen these centimeters, but they are so fast. Here's something I just found out too. They now teach sex education to 5th grade children. Sex ed to 5th graders. Again, my son is in 4th, so he only gets half the story out on the playground. So every day he's coming home with a new question for mom. Mommy, where do babies come from? Why are there twins? What's a father? I haven't had a really good, long relationship in so long. The last guy I dated was like for a year. You know, he left after 6 months. And I'm committed. And so here's the problem. He completely took off the first time I said the L word, leave. And I'm like, what a quitter. And yeah, I'm like, just because I was waving my pistola. But I'm starting to think maybe it's me who has the issues, you know? Because I have serious issues with abandonment, you guys. I do. I mean, I leave my son everywhere. And it's tough. I recently really did go out on a great date. And ladies, the reason I found this man is because his cologne was so amazing. Ladies in the room, have you smelled that new 401k? Our first date was amazing. It was so much fun. I'm like, I gotta see this guy again. Second date, the worst. You know why? Because he called me by the wrong name. You ever had that happen? Isn't that horrible? Second date, first kiss. I go in for the kiss and it was awesome. It was beautiful. And then I hear him say, oh, Steve. I was like, close enough. You guys were amazing. Thank you so much. I'm Lisa Alvarado.
All right. Very good, sweetheart. That was hysterically funny. I've never seen it. I loved it. So good. Okay, judges, what did you think? Alfonso.
I actually really liked it. I really thought that, you know, your punchlines came and you didn't see them coming. You know, you had a point of view. And, you know, I really liked it. I thought it was great.
Thank you.
I totally agree with Alfonso. I think you have a really great point of view and attitude and comedy that people haven't seen before, and that's so great. A really fresh voice.
Okay, Mario.
Yeah, I think you're very polished. I think you're very sharp. I think your material is good. Obviously, they loved you. Right. You know, it's tough being beautiful and funny. Believe me, they usually don't go.
Thank you, Mario. Lisa's going to go back. We'll see you later. Our search for the funniest mom in America will take a short break. But don't go away. This mothership of comedy will return with a mom who's a real cut-up. for the funniest mom in America. Tonight, each woman is competing with a lot at stake. $50,000 and a chance to star in her own TV show. Are you ready for the next funny mom? From Denver, Colorado, she's more than just funny. Here's Just Jay.
My family inspires a lot of my material because they are truly comedy. My dad is a champion bowler, and we really compete against the rest of, the bums in the family. I am a trash talker. I'm a victory dancer. I'm a cheater. Being a stand-up comic and being a mom is tough. You have to learn to really be a juggler. Chris and I work out because it is an excellent way for me to get a teenage boy to talk to his mother about things he probably wouldn't talk to her about. There's a method to the madness, mommies. Right here.
Let's give a warm New York City welcome to Just Jay.
How you guys doing tonight? Woo! I see everybody looking all nice and everybody's dressed pretty. You got nice little skirts on and everything. I couldn't do that. I have to be careful what I wear because I have a 204-month-old son. Come out looking corny and they'll let you know, won't they? When I first asked him, I said, well, what do you think I look like? He said, a superhero. I got a cape on. I was like, that is so wrong. It's messed up. And I'm like, I'm taking information from somebody who looks like a Planet of the Apes stunt double every day. He wears his pants so low. You see him, you got the kids like, that ain't even cool, right? Like I said, I wasn't cool in school. I got kicked out of the neighborhood. You know why I got kicked out of the neighborhood? My mom can't cook or sew. So on Halloween, she used to do those like cool little Halloween costumes where she thought they were cool. You know what they were? We were ghosts, sheets. And every year we used to think we were cool. Like I thought I was a Power Ranger one year. Went outside, the little kid was like, why you got a sheet on? I was like, I'm a Power Ranger. Can't do these damn kicks in this sheet. But that's all right because I told my mother was like, all right, that's cool. I'm do something really good. I was like, all right. Next year, my mother really worked out on it. She put hoods on our sheets. We thought we were Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Apparently, when you got a hood on your sheet, you were 7 little Klansmen in the Grand Poobah because my sister's hood was just a little bit bigger. But it was cool because that year I got lots of candy. Man, you should have seen how they was throwing them and stuff. I was dodging candy like I was in the Matrix. Woo, got that, Miss Johnson. I know a lot of you still trying to figure out how 204 months old is, huh? He got his shoes off, he's counting, divide the 4, direct, can't get that. Oh. Are you trying to figure out? He's 17. I know, I don't look like I have a 17-year-old. I had a child young. You know those little notes that you used to write? Do you like me? Write yes or no. I wrote one to his father. Do you want to have a baby? Check yes or no. He said no. I said too late. My son he was like, Mom, what would you be? If they ask you, how could you be the funniest mom in America? What would you say? And I said, you know what I would say would make me the funniest mom in America? I would just tell them a true story. Last year, my 204-month-old wrecked my car. I got home, I woke him up, I said, what happened, Christian? What happened to the car? He jumped out of bed, started laughing. He was like, woo! So I'm laughing, he's laughing, I'm laughing, he's laughing. I said, Mom, you know how you like jokes? I said, yeah. He said, I wrecked the car. I didn't find that funny at all. So I thought to myself, what would a funny mom do? And I hit him in the stomach. And he was like, what did you hit me for, Mom? I said, because jokes have punchlines, baby. My name is Just Jay.
I think she did a great job. great job. Now let's hear what the judges have to say. Alfonso.
Beginning was really good. I thought you lost a little bit in the middle. You started to seem a little nervous. The last joke was a little long, but it was a great ending. I thought you killed it at the end, though.
You have a great way. You're so engaging and personal. I think with your material, the best material I liked was the most personal stuff, because I always find with comics that always tends to resonate the most. And you should develop more material around your real life, because I think that's the best stuff.
Mario?
Paula, you are absolutely out of your mind. I thought, Randy, you're messed up too. I thought, I'll tell you what, I didn't get you until about 2/3 into your set. The last third of your set, you connected with the audience, you relaxed, your material was so original and edgy and daring, and it was stuff that people are afraid to talk about. And that's the stuff you need to go for, because the other stuff that you talked about was common, and it was something you heard everybody else talk about, every other comic talk about. And if you relax more into yourself physically, it'll even be better.
Well, thank you so much. You go on backstage, and we will see you again in a little while. Just Jay! There's more to come, including one mother with quite a unique approach to her comedy, when the search for the funniest mom in America continues. Welcome back to the search for the funniest mom in America, where 5 finalists are competing for $50,000 and a shot at television stardom. How about we get to know the next comic mom just a little better?
My family is what makes me funny. We just like to have a lot of laughter around here. It's crazy, and I love every minute of it. There's like old crabby grandmas, but I want to be known as the fun grandma. My granddaughter's pretty funny, but not really intentionally. We go shopping. I pick out things, and she looks at me like I'm an alien. That's a little too racy for me.
What's racy mean?
Let's dye your hair blonde, shall we? Thongs? Oh no, I don't do that. I try to keep stuff out of there. Magicians, Logan and Lucas, they like to show a new trick. So far, they're no Siegfried and Roy, those two. We just like to have a lot of laughter around here. Whatever it is, we make it fun.
All righty. If you're ready to laugh, please welcome Christine Stedman. All righty. Yeah.
All right. Great to be here. I'll tell you what, my name is Christine Stedman, but you guys can call me Beyonce. Call me that, I like it. My husband calls me that. I've got a rap name for him. I call him Lazy. Yeah. I'm proud to say that Lazy and I just celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary. Whoa. Yeah. You know, 25 years is a darn long time. My husband said it only feels like 25 minutes with his head held underwater. But I have to admit that as a housewife, I'm pretty much domestically challenged. Oh yeah. Like not too long ago, I read in a magazine you could polish your furniture with pantyhose. Tried it, darn near broke my leg trying to dust the top of a bookshelf. Along with being a disgruntled wife, I'm also a mother and grandmother. Yeah. No, don't clap. I didn't say I was happy about it. Truth is, when my daughter started having kids, that's when I started doing comedy, because I do not like to babysit. It reminds me of something. I just saw this dumb blonde celebrity on TV. And by the way, I'm not here to make fun of blondes tonight. I'd like to, but I can't. Not with hair like this. Look at me. I look like I was raised by a family of Muppets, all right? I got no room to make fun of blondes, all right. But anyway, this dumb blonde celebrity, I saw her, She said that because she eats healthy and combines the right foods, she hasn't passed gas in 6 years. That has to be some kind of world record, don't you think? I mean, my husband once went 2 whole days without passing gas. Only because he couldn't find anyone to pull his finger. Because you guys will wait, won't you? Men will not drop an air biscuit unless there's someone around to enjoy it. Am I right? Yeah. My husband actually gives our grandsons air biscuit lessons. Yeah. He thinks it's so funny. He says they're having methane moments. Yeah. Women don't do this. Women don't share methane moments with their friends and family. You will never see a woman go, "Hey, Cindy, I just let a big one rip." Can you tell I had chili cheese burritos for lunch? Uh-oh, Cindy, I think I just blew a hole right through my pantyhose. You won't see that. Another thing you will never ever see a woman do is that leg lift fart. You guys all know what I'm talking about. Every man in this room, I don't care how old you are, what you do for a living, you all think it's freaking hysterical. You know the one you're walking along and all of a sudden, grown men laugh their behinds off at that. Look, there's one now. And some of you get real fancy, you put that arm movement in. And that really makes us mad because you won't get up off your ass to dance with us, but you'll choreograph a fart for crying out loud. And while I'm at it, something else that makes me mad is people seem to think that if you're a housewife, all you do is sit around and watch TV. That is so not true. I have never, ever had that kind of time. I mean, come on, think about it. I'm married with children. We all live in this old house, which is way beyond any type of home improvement. And when it comes to family matters, if only my husband, his mama's family, and all my children would just get smart, realize I'm the one who's the boss, we wouldn't have a family feud every 60 minutes. My name's Chris. Thanks a lot. You guys are great. Thank you.
All right, that was amazing. Okay, now let's hear what our judges have to say. Alfonso.
Very, very, very funny. I think you are naturally funny, which is so important for comedy. It took you a little time to get started.
Yeah.
You came out, it was a little slow in the beginning. You kind of got your pace going, and it came to life. You telling a fart joke just like really, really funny. I think you did a great job. Congratulations.
Thank you. Carol?
You either have it, you're either very funny, or you're not, and that's the great news. You're just naturally funny, and it's just in you. And I have a different take on the fart joke. Because I think that, you know, as a comic, there are certain things that the audience loves that you have to sometimes gauge whether to do it or not, and I think you're good enough to stay up here.
He liked it.
You know, you...
I like a good fart joke, I'm sorry.
It's very old school, and it's a very what you're doing is really a throwback to something that we haven't seen in a while, and that's really a good thing. I think you're much funnier than your material. I think you are very, and I think you're the most naturally funny one that's been on the stage tonight. But I think you can absolutely venture into better material. I think. I mean, the fart thing is funny. I mean, the air biscuit is really actually what makes that thing funny. I'd like your recipes for the air biscuits, please. That's
Thanks,
it.
Mario.
Thank you.
Thanks, judges. All right. Thanks, honey. Now you go back, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Breathe deep. Woo! All right, for Christine.
There's more to come when the search for the funniest mom in America continues.
We're back, live in New York City for the finale of Nick Nite's search for the funniest mom in America 2. Here's your host, Katie Segal.
Thank you and welcome back. After enduring some grueling comedy challenges, the 5 finalists here tonight have their eyes on the prize. $50,000, the chance to create their own show for Nick Nite, and the right to be called the funniest mom in America. Our next finalist is so funny, she makes it look easy.
The Nicholas family is fun because we know how to have a good time no matter what's going on.
Have you seen my cell phone?
It's over by the telephone. Purse is by the telephone also.
My husband's name is Ted. He's a stay-at-home dad.
I'll say kiss.
Oh. I have a full-time job. I work for an insurance company. I had to make friends with the HR people so that they knew it was just jokes.
Got to go there, didn't you?
Having a house filled with princesses is something that I'm not going to be able to change.
Ted will call me and say, talk to your girl, because apparently they're only my girls when they're being divas. Depending on who's yelling at what time, Ted's head will start to twitch.
There's no school this week. What planet do you live on?
The ladies on my street call me the best husband in town, so...
Don't be shy. Let her know you're happy to see her. Here's Ruby Nicholas.
Hello, finale. How are you guys tonight? Good? Yeah. Just to end the suspense early for you, I am 100% Pakistani. I know, right? Your cab driver, my parents. I'm also Muslim, but I live in an all-white neighborhood, which is really cool. We fit right in. Except every time my daughter leaves her Barbie Jeep in someone else's driveway, they call the bomb squad. So anyway, I'm not a traditional Muslim. I don't cover my hair or do any of that stuff, but when I'm around other Muslims, I just fake like I'm Latina. You don't need to say assalamu alaikum to me, honey. But it's cool though, having like a mystery ethnic look. I always made it work to my advantage. Yeah, in my late 20s, Chin Lin Lu was my Planned Parenthood name. When I applied to college, Sacagawea was my financial aid name. But the best part ever, when I was younger, nobody understood our culture, so I could call the school and pretend I was my mom and just make up reasons to get out of school. Yeah. Hello, is this the school? Calling to let you know that Ruby will not be in school today, for today we celebrate the holy festival of the blind goat. My mom was always really cool when we were younger because we were kind of wild, and she tried to relate to us. Oh, girls, one day I was wild too. I went with my friend to the movie house, and when they turned off all the lights in the theater, we took our veils off. We were so crazy! Really, Mom? I think I missed that part on the Girls Gone Wild video. So a little bit about me. I married a white guy to improve my airport cred. Yeah, and he had to become a Muslim to marry me. And he had to marry me. Because you know what they say. Once you go Pak. That's right. You'll never eat pork again. So, I have 2 little girls. They're 6 and 3. A couple of months ago, they got inside Mommy's once-a-month box from under the bathroom sink. Came upstairs. They're peeling backs off stuff and sticking stuff on the wall. I'm like, guys, what are you doing? My 3-year-old, we're playing stickers. I'm like, really? Because those are Mommy's special stickers and they cost a lot of money. Let's put them away now. So this year, when we put the blind goat day tree up, they made ornaments entirely out of Mommy's special box. They had little trees. All the trunks had strings hanging off of them. And at the very top, they had this ultra-long overnight thing, and my 6-year-old said, "Look, Mommy, that one's an angel. It has wings."
so.
Really, really funny. Really, really funny. And the audience loved you. You know, great energy. You know, you have a really, really cool point of view, which is really important. I like the fact that you take some chances there. I think you're above the sticker jokes for me personally as a dude.
Okay.
But I think you're really, really funny and a great job.
Thanks. Thanks so much.
Your performance, that's what this contest is all about. That's what it's all about. Completely. You know, fresh and different and a new point of view. You know, once you start your act, I mean, no one has ever go, oh, great, another Pakistani Muslim mom doing her comedy, you know? And that's exciting and great. You just made the contest for me tonight. You really did.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Mario?
Shine up there. Your beautiful face. You're very original. I love it. One note I have for you is I think in a lot of your delivery when you're talking to the audience, everything goes up like this, and it's really annoying after a while, and you don't need to do that, because then it just brings back, it's just a Californian Muslim Pakistani, and you don't want to like, you know.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I do talk like that.
Gotcha. Ruby, go on backstage and we'll be right with you. Okay, so great. Yay! It's not your bedtime yet. Don't go away. We've got one more mom coming up next. There's just one more mom to go before we hand things over to our judges. And one of these moms will walk off with our grand prize. It's winner take all. Our final comic of the night is a mom whose comedic instincts are topped only by her maternal instincts. Maybe.
I'm a licensed mortgage broker for the state of Ohio. A lot of times it's very stressful. I don't want to work in a serious office place, you know. I feel that I'm more effective when I'm happy, and I'm happy when I'm making people laugh. That's the closest I've got to some work all day.
She's got a lot of confidence, a lot of enthusiasm, and it's really contagious.
I'm a mom. I have a 17-year-old son. Family means everything to me. I mean, without your family, you know, where would you be?
What makes my mom so funny is that, I don't know, she just always trying to make somebody laugh.
Angela is naturally funny.
I feel like if I wasn't laughing, I'd be crying. So I love comedy. I couldn't live without it.
Put them together for a mom from the original Sin City, Cincinnati. Angie Montgomery. All right, Angie.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Yeah! I got some confessions to make and some secrets to tell. See, I know what you expect me to say. I'm big and sexy. Well, I'm here to tell you I'm just big. So I was thinking, don't be introducing me to no pretty boy. It's not gonna work out. I want me a man who's hideous. Cause I feel if he can look at my body, I can look at his face, so we'll be all right. Don't get me wrong, ladies, I need your help on this one. I'm looking for the same qualities in a good man as any woman. That's ambition. Let's hear it for some ambition. Education and a trust fund wouldn't hurt. But all I keep getting is probation, recovery, and child support. Oh, he told me he was gonna introduce me to his family. I didn't know it was his AA family. Then he told me he was gonna take me out. I didn't know we couldn't leave the front porch because he's on house arrest. And when I first met him, I couldn't get rid of him. Then I got pregnant. He went and joined the Deadbeat Daddies Underground Railroad. He only surfaces at concerts and clubs. Which got me to thinking about Halle Berry. Let's hear it for Halle Berry. She's a rich, beautiful woman. But if she can't keep a man, what chance do I have? See, Halle Berry can afford to leave her cheating rich man. I can't. I can't afford to leave a man who works for the post office. Because once you turn 30, health insurance will hold you hostage to a bad relationship. Oh, you'll be surprised at what you'll put up with when you need a prescription filled. That's why I go to the clinic. But when you go to the clinic, it's no telling what kind of doctor's gonna see you. I knew something wasn't right when the same doctor that pulled my tooth gave me a pregnancy test. I want to talk about my son. He wants to be a thug. But I told him, you can't be no thug and have asthma. Ain't nobody gonna stop shooting at you because you wheezing. I want to ask y'all a question. How many out here have ever been in an altercation? Just like I thought. They just started using that word. Because when I was growing up, it was called getting your butt kicked. Rich people like Oprah and Stedman get into altercations. Poor people like me get into fights. But if there's one woman that don't ever have to worry about her man hitting her, it's Oprah Winfrey. Because if Stedman put his hands on Oprah, he ain't got to worry about the Chicago police. Because a mob of angry white yuppies is going to whoop his butt. I haven't seen white people love a black woman that much since Miss Butterworth. That's my time, everybody.
Sweetheart, that was fantastic.
Thank
so
you.
funny. Alfonso?
One thing that I really felt was, unfortunately, it may not have been original enough for me. It kind of had me feeling a little bit like Monique, which is great because I think she's very funny, but I wanted to see a difference between who you are and who Monique is. But you have some great funny jokes, but we just have to give it a point of view that may be a little different.
I'm not Monique. I can only talk from the perspective of my child, my life, the way I live, and that is who I am. So I can't really be someone who I'm not. So I presented who I am. The audience received that, and I know that I was funny. I know that you all agree with that. So I'll take your criticism with a lot of respect.
All right. Carol?
I kind of agree with you, Alfonso, about the material in terms of, I loved your stuff the most that was surprising, that you really didn't see coming. I mean, like the asthma joke, stuff like that. It's really, it catches you by surprise, and I would encourage you to, write more jokes like that where, out of left field like that. And even your take on Oprah. I mean, interesting and different. And I think that's your best stuff.
Thank you.
First of all, your energy is very good. But the thing is, and it's very rehearsed. It's almost too rehearsed. I think you need to work on your delivery and find the other Angelas in there and not just that sassy thing. Because there's sweetness and there's funniness and there's vulnerability and there's a lot more going on there that I think you need to discover.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is it. When we come back, one of those 5 moms is going to etch her name into comedy history when she wins $50,000 and the chance to create her own TV show. And the judges bestow the title Funniest Mom in America upon her. Who will it be? Stay here and find out. to the search for the funniest mom in America. So, let's bring out the 5 finalists to get some well-earned applause. Here we go. Angie Montgomery, Christine Stedman, Just Jay, Lisa Alvarado, and Ruby Nicholas. All of your hard work has come down to this moment. You are all amazing moms who have done your families proud. But one of you stood out and has won the $50,000, the chance to create your own TV show for Nick at Night, and the right to be called the funniest mom in America. All right, girls, you ready? Okay, now, can I please have on my right, Angie, Christine, and Jay. If you could all come over here onto my right. All right, the judges thought that you were all very funny women. Unfortunately, you did not make the cut. Okay. Please step together, Lisa and Ruby. It has been a long journey to get here, hasn't it? Yes. The judges